A very good morning, everyone. I can see my family over there with your masks. You're taking precautions. That's a good thing. Good morning, Dada Chauke. Dada Maima, good morning. I sound better today. Maybe someone gave me a moody this morning. Remember, you are still under oath. We are going to work until 1 o'clock today, so that the Chauke can travel. He has a bereavement. We will work until 1 o'clock, and I plead with you, Ndade Maema, that please just answer the questions. I know you know so much of this matter, and I understand the enthusiasm that you have to assist, but just stick to the questions and answer the questions. If council would like you to elaborate, he will ask you to elaborate.
I will do so.
We are definitely chasing time. You must have heard about us pleading again and again that we should work to finality. So please allow your counsel, Advocate Nkcukaitobi, to lead you and only answer those questions that he asks. So remember, you are still under oath?
I do, Chairperson. Thank you.
Advocate Nkcukaitobi, you may proceed. Before you do, let me welcome Ndate Mhlamunyani is not here.
No, Madam Chair, he's still
I thought
busy.
that he is here.
I'm holding the fort.
Oh, you're holding the fort.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Yes, thank you.
But you can welcome me. We can welcome me, Madam Chair.
I beg your pardon?
You can welcome me as well.
Advocate Msweni. Would like us to start the day with a great laughter. What are you saying?
But Madam Chair wanted to welcome Advocate Mhlamunyani, so that since I'm holding the fort, Madam Chair can welcome me.
Yes. I welcome you, Advocate Msweni.
GSM 29. Yes. 1A352. Yes. Madam Chair, I'm told that this, yes.
Or our left side.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, Matizia. You would recall that we went through image that approximates what is published in the Sunday Times is the image at 1A359. And the image at 1A361. Correct?
That is correct, Chairperson.
Yes. But let's just go to the first of these images.
I think it would help if you were to say file 1 or file 2, file 3, because we keep on paging.
Yes. Yes, thank you. Thank you. It's file 2. To be honest, it's because I don't know which file it is, and that's why I'm not mentioning it, because I'm working off the computer, but my colleague is here.
Maybe the index can be amended to show where file 1 stops and file 2 starts and file 3, so that when we go through our index, we see which file, that page is on which file.
Yes.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you. I think we will have to attend to that. Yes, thank you. Has the panel now found the page?
We have found the page.
Yes, thank you. You will recall that you had mentioned in relation to your statement, when we were looking at that picture at, I think it's 146. Now, you don't have to go back to it now. It is okay to stick to this. That this is the Melmoth case, correct?
That is correct, Chairperson.
Where the two brothers were murdered.
The two Biela brothers.
The two Biela brothers were murdered. Now, what I didn't ask yesterday, but it is striking, is why is this brothers naked on a bunch of rocks?
Chairperson, it is quite a while ago, more than 10 years ago. But my memory of the facts says most of the raids happened early morning when most of the victims were asleep. And as they were asleep, it's a condition in which they were sleeping.
Yes.
But in this particular instance, if I remember, the statement that we read yesterday, the information was that he went out, and that was the condition in which he went out.
Yes.
So how he landed on the rocks, it could be maybe because he was in the vicinity of the rocks when the shots were fired and then fell there.
Yes, no, the crucial part is that he went out naked, went out of the house naked.
That is correct, Counsel.
Thank you. I'm sure other witnesses will explain why he would go out naked. Do you know?
I do not know.
Yes. Now, then I want to go to, there is another picture who I assume is the second Biela brother, which is at 1A355 and 1A356.
That is correct.
That's
Chairperson.
photograph 4. And
Correct,
photograph
Madam
5.
Yes, photo 4 and photo 5. Yes. Were these found in the same vicinity?
That was at the same vicinity of the homestead.
Yes, in the same home.
Yes.
Yes. Now, did you establish how old these gentlemen were?
The age was in the post-mortem report.
Yes.
If I remember well.
Yes. Because I read somewhere that one of them was 17 years old.
Yes, one of them was fairly young. That's what I remember.
Yes. And did you establish why they were executed like this?
Chairperson, the information at the disposal of the police was that, or the information at the disposal of our investigating team was that the Ketomena police had, they were looking for somebody called Bar.
Yes.
Yes. And they proceeded there with the information that Bar was at the homestead. And that, and even when, yeah, so the information was that Bar was there, and that's why they went there.
Was any of them Bar?
No,
Yes.
none of them was.
Yes, neither of them.
Bar,
BHA.
BHA chairperson, yes.
And then there is also another picture that requires comment, which is 1A357, photo 6. So if you look at that, there is a weapon that appears to be placed on top of a massive blood splatter next to the hand of the deceased. Can you comment about that?
That is correct, chairperson. Next to the right hand.
Yes.
The chairperson, when you lift the firearm from the blood spatter, the firearm did not have any blood underneath, and it was clear that the firearm was placed on the blood spatter after the blood spatter was in the process of drying, which then indicated to us that it was placed after.
Yes.
If I can comment further.
Yes, carry on.
Chairperson, the firearm being a heavier object, if the firearm would have been there prior to the blood would have flown around it, and you would have left a mark showing the firearm. But when you lift it and there's blood underneath, it showed us that it was placed after the blood had dried up.
Yes. Now, you would recall that yesterday the chair had asked what is the connection between the pictures we've just gone through and the pictures that start at 1A359.
Maybe before he answers that question, I'd like to have this completed. You are saying that there's no blood underneath the firearm. When you pick it up, it's just dry.
It's just clean.
Just clean, thank you. Now, is this your personal knowledge, or did you get this information elsewhere about the state of the firearm?
It is the information that was reported to us by the experts that went to the scene.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Chairperson.
Yes. Thank you, Madam Ramachakha. Can you go to 1A359? Now, just recall the point that was raised by the chair yesterday. How do those relate to the pictures we've just seen? In other words, the pictures of the two executed men. If you look at photo 8, 1A359, and the photo 9, 1A360, photo 10, 1A361.
Well, it is clear that the wife of the deceased was sobbing, was
Yes. I
very
understand.
much.
I'll ask you later about the wife. I'm just asking about what is the relationship between these photos?
Oh, just the photos.
Yes.
the photos were taken immediately shortly after the shooting.
Yes.
Yes.
But I mean, how do you know that, or what evidence did you have that these photos come from the same scene? In other words, they didn't go and take photos from Durban North and say these are photos from Melmoth. I think that's what the chair was asking yesterday.
Oh, the vehicle went. This police vehicle, the white car, went to the scene.
Yes.
On the day of the shooting.
Yes.
And the information that was conveyed to us was that all the photos in the photo album
Precisely.
were taken at the scene shortly after the shooting.
Yes. Now, you wanted to mention yesterday, if you go to 1A359, you wanted to say something about the numbers, 4, 6, and 7, that are placed on the heads of those gentlemen.
If I may, before you go to the numbers, my recollection, Advocate Maema, is that when I asked the same question yesterday, or the question to this effect, when we looked at the other depictions showing rendezvous, I think it's 353, photo 2 at 1A, 353, comparing it with those photos, especially the photos where there are police officers and the lady, I think it's photograph 8, 1A 359, and photograph 9, I beg your pardon, photograph 10 at 1A 361. The question was whether this body that is lying on the rocks at photo 2 is at the same place as the scenery at photo 10 and photo 8. Your answer was that what we see at photo 8, photo 9, photo 8 is the part of the homestead on the other side. And I asked you a question, how you know that? And you answered that because you had been there at Melmoth. Do you still repeat your answer?
That is correct, Chairperson. We visited the scene and we saw the big homestead is.
Yes.
Yes, the point being,
Just looking at those numbers, 4, 6, and 7. You remember that you tried to give the answer yesterday, and I stopped you.
My apologies, Advocate. I'm sorry to do this to you. Just for my clarification, I see that the bodies have been moved, especially where we see the person wearing gloves pointing. Photo 4 at 18355. I assume is the same body at photo 5, at 1A356. But it seems as if the position has been, the position of the body has been turned, because at photo 4, we see the wound, I'm not sure, on the right-hand side, while at photo 5, the body has both arms next to, or it's like it's a sleeping position with both arms serving as a pillow. Can maybe the witness explain the process, and also who could have moved the bodies if they were moved? I might be wrong that the bodies have been moved, but if the bodies have been moved, who could have moved the bodies? And was it in the legitimate or lawful process of investigation, or was it a sin tampering issue?
Thank you, Advocate Baloimer. So I suppose what you should probably do to answer the question, if you start at 1A356, can you see there that this is what Advocate Baloimer is referring to, that the arms of that gentleman are positioned in a sleeping position?
That is correct, Chairperson.
And the weapon, the gun, is approximating his chest. Can you see that?
I can see that, Chairperson.
If you turn to the following page, which is photo 6 at 1A357, it's the same gentleman, but he's lying on his back, and the arm is now next to his hand. And it's obvious there that something has happened, the body has been moved.
And also the gun, sorry.
And the gun as
The
well,
gun's
yes, thank
position.
you. Yes, the position of the gun also has changed. So it seems obvious that the body has been moved either before or after or during. But the question really is, how did this happen? What did you find in your investigation?
Chairperson, the body was moved in the course of the photographer taking pictures. This was clear in our consultation that that's when the photographer wanted to depict the wounds that were on the deceased. Particularly if one sees on photo A1357, photo 6, the bullet entry wound on the that the finger is showing.
Could you just explain that? I mean, I suppose the question of lawfulness really boils down to this. If there is a shooting, a policeman shoots an alleged suspect, kills them, then someone comes to investigate. Are they allowed to move the position of the deceased, or should they just take the pictures as they find them?
All right. What they ordinarily do, Chairperson, is on arrival, they will take the photos as they find the scene.
Yes.
Yes. And then as they continue with the investigation, then they would move so that you have a position as the scene was found. And if they want to show the injuries that are perhaps hidden or latent as a result of the position of the body, then they would turn it to show that specific injury. It is perfectly lawful to turn around to show the injuries that the body sustained.
But how would you know what position the body was at the time it was shot? And because there is also the difficulty here that even the weapon has been moved.
Yes. Well, what happens is the first officer that arrives at the scene would cordon it off and prevent any person from interfering with the scene. And then the photographer on arrival would then take pictures of the scene as he finds it.
No, I understand. I mean, I understand when you're saying, I want to see how many gunshot wounds.
Yes.
So I have to turn the head around.
Yes.
I'm asking about the weapon, the movement of the weapon from its original position.
The weapon, our evidence was the weapon was not there. So the weapon was placed there subsequent to the deceased being killed.
Yes, but I mean, is it lawful to remove the weapon? I don't understand. They've moved the weapon to 2 different places.
Indeed.
Yes, that's what is being asked.
Oh, no. The planting of the firearm and moving it, it's interference with the scene.
Yes.
It's doctoring the scene, what we used in the indictment.
Yes. All right.
If I may, counsel, did you take the statement of the photographer?
Yes, we did.
Is it in this bundle?
It's in the docket. It's in the what do you call it? The photos of the scene have a statement inside that accompanies the scene. That accompanies the photos that we take.
What's the name of the photographer?
Well, we would have to get back to the full docket because we didn't extract it for the purposes. What we've got is a full statement of Captain Mangan, but my Leonard Jr. will find that statement.
Yes, I asked the question because as much as hearsay may be admissible under the POCA provisions, but it is still important for us to ascertain these facts because you don't have personal knowledge as a witness.
Indeed, Chairperson.
About these allegations that you are making. And it is important to understand what you say, particularly when you look at those photographs showing that there has been a movement of the body and the location of the firearm seem to be in different positions.
That is correct, Chairperson.
The only person who can give testimony, personal knowledge of this setup, will be the photographer. That's why I'm asking whether you took the statement from him and whether he will be testifying.
Yes, as the photograph, the set of photographs was accompanied by a statement of the photographer.
Yes. And as you testify, it will be helpful not to speak as if you have original personal information of facts. You can tell us without us probing you as to how you know that, because this is not your personal knowledge. You may proceed. I suppose in the course of time, that statement will probably be found.
Indeed, Madam Chair.
Thank you. You may
if
proceed.
it's in the docket, it will.
Just follow up. Yeah, just follow up. Thank you. Advocate Maema, I'm now asking you this question in your capacity as the experienced prosecutor. And the question still relates to the scene. You have spoken about the scene that would be cordoned off until the photographer arrives.
That is correct, Chairperson.
Exactly. Now, at the time when now it becomes necessary, either for the photographer or for whoever is watching, for the body to be, I'll talk about the body because now this case concerns the body, for the body to be moved in order to obtain more evidence. Would the fact that the body is being moved in order to obtain more evidence feature in the statement of the person that would be doing that or not. In your experience, I think you've had lots of statements that you have seen where there would be pictures of the scene and there would be some movement, not because it's tampering, but in order to get more information.
Indeed, Chairperson.
Yes. Now, in your experience, does that feature on the statement of whomsoever moved something at the scene?
That would feature, Chairperson. The statement would indicate that would indicate either in the plan or in the sketch the various positions and the various stages at which that piece of information was obtained, and how the scene was moved with a view to obtain or to get much more clarity on that specific injury.
Thank you.
One last follow-up. I promise it's the last.
No, I don't get balloon. Ask the chair. For me, I'm in your hands, so
Okay.
I will never complain.
Okay. Photo 3 at 18354 and photo 4 at 18355. One can see that it is the same scene. It's on the rocks. Because at photo 4, one can see a big rock next to the head, meaning it might be, it is similar to the scene at photo 3. This body was next to the rocks. My question then is, at photo 5, I see, somebody help me, I see Lehoho in Setswana. I don't know if
Kuko.
yes, what do we call it in France? Is it a sleeping, or we can call it a sleeping mat?
It's a traditional sleeping mat.
Yes. Now my question is to the witness. Would you say this scene is inside a house as compared to the scene in the past two photos that are in the rocks? And further to that question, I would then ask, was this person, as we see this body, as we see it at photo 5, in a sleeping position? Can one rightfully assume that this person was sleeping? I know my question is twofold. Is it inside, and can we assume that this person was sleeping?
That is correct, Chairperson. The information at our disposal from the docket was that the person was sleeping in the rondavel.
Yes, but that's one person, but that's the person at photo 5. I mean, I think there is another person at photo 3.
The one at photo 3 had the information at our disposal was that had moved from the rondavel and to the outside of the rondavel within the homestead.
Well, you would have just explained that it's two different people. So
yes, it's two different people.
Just the explanation that is required. The one went out and he was shot, and the other was inside and he was shot inside.
That is correct, Chairperson.
The one depicted at photo 5 looks like a young Mr. Biela. Am I correct?
That is correct, Chairperson.
And that's the same at photo 6 and photo 7. I'm in your hands, Madam Chair, when the panel is ready.
Yes, when we interrupted you, you were looking at the depictions at photographs 8, 1A, 359,
Yes.
with the people next to the van with numbers on their heads.
Yes, that's correct. I think that's where we are, if I'm not mistaken.
That's
Yeah.
how we interrupted you when you were there.
Yes. Madam Chair, I don't feel interrupted. I'm happy for the clarificatory questions. Yes, thank you. Yes. All right. At 1A359, I needed you to just explain those numbers because you wanted to explain them yesterday. I said, hang on, we'll deal with it tomorrow. So this is your chance. Yeah.
Thank you, Chairperson. The numbers on the heads of the males that are sitting next to the van are the numbers of the accused persons in the indictment.
Yes.
And these numbers were placed there by the photographer to enable to ease the consultation, to show who is who on the photo, or to make it easier for us to follow his evidence.
Yes. So they were superimposed afterwards during the course of your consultations.
That is correct, Chairperson.
Yes. In other words, they didn't come with the photo.
Oh yes, they didn't.
Yes. All right. We will come back to the identification of those accused because we've got the indictment. Maybe you can do that now, actually, bearing in mind the contents of your who is accused 4, who's accused 6, who's accused 7.
Should I look at the indictment?
Yes. I'm saying you have the indictment there in front of you.
I also have a list at paragraph 79 of your statement.
Yes, that might be better, Madam Chair. So there's 71 is there, and then 79.
79.4 reads accused 4 Mostert Paul Jonathan, and that gentleman on the extreme right marked 4. Is he Mr. Mostert?
That is correct, Chair.
That's accused number 4.
Accused number 4.
Accused number 4.
And there's accused number 6, who's at 79.6.
Whose name is Neville Eva.
He is deceased.
That is correct, Chair. As at the time that we were drafting the indictment, he had passed on.
Yes. And then there is accused 7, Adith Singh Ganes.
That is correct, Chairperson. That's accused 7.
Yes. So that's what that picture is about. And then there is the lady there that is apparently distraught, apparently distressed, apparently crying, apparently weeping. We spoke about that yesterday.
That is correct, Chairperson.
Yes. Now, then you see other gentlemen at 4 to 9. There is now a gentleman wearing a blue T-shirt facing towards the side of the van, and another gentleman wearing a black T-shirt looking at the gentleman with the blue T-shirt. Can you see that?
I can see that, Chairperson.
And then there is someone else who appears through the window of the vehicle with a green and white shirt. Can you see that?
Yes, I can see that, Chairperson.
Who are these people? Not necessarily their names, but where do they come from? Who are they?
They are part of the accused person, part of Ketomena unit.
The Ketumano unit.
That is correct.
Okay.
That was the information that was relayed to us by the photographer.
Yes, no, I understand that. I think the chair made that clear that you are talking as a prosecutor.
That is correct.
Yeah, and the prosecutor always comes last.
That is correct.
Yes. And then there is also the picture at 1A361
Advocate Nkcukaitobi, sorry. Maybe it would help if you were to confirm that, because now we have quite a number of people here. Some of them were not at that other picture. If you can confirm that it is still at the scene, or they were the participants or part of the accused, the 3 accused that were named before.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. Could you please confirm the people at 360, 1A 360, whether or not they were part of the accused, or some of them were part of the accused, or whether they were part of the Ketumano?
All of them were part of the accused and part of K-Tumano team.
Yes. And are they related to the pictures we've just looked at 359 with the numbers superimposed on the heads of the gentlemen there?
That is correct.
How are they related?
These photos were taken in a sequence.
Yes.
So they were all at the scene of the shooting immediately after the shooting.
Yes, thank you. Then there is the picture at 361, 1A 361. Now, I think that's the picture in the Sunday Times. I want to compare them now. If you look at that picture, at file 1, go to file 1. At 1A 143.
I am the chairperson.
Thank you. Madam Chair, I'm told that the information from the photographer is become available, but I haven't read it yet, so I won't take the witness there until I've seen it. But that's the instruction I'm getting now from Mr. Ramukhal.
Yes, what might be helpful as Advocate Manganye, one of our researchers, has drawn to our attention, you might have a look at the Katomena Dorcas Melmoth is bundle MM, bundle 1 of 1, this document. The pictures that we've referred as are included in this document, but they are in black. And there is a key to photo plan, which may also be helpful. As you look at it, at MM0104, it might assist us. I just thought that I must draw that to your attention, and we are indebted to you, Advocate Manganye.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We will deal with it perhaps, maybe let's say during the weekend.
Yes.
Yes. Do you confirm that the picture at 1A 361 is the same as the picture at 1A 143? In other words, it's the Sunday Times picture.
Oh, yes, it is.
Yes, okay. Thank you. Now, yesterday there was a discussion among the panelists and yourself trying to get clarity about what appears to be bizarre, that there are people celebrating, but there's somebody who is distraught next to them, and that person is a family member. Why would this happen? And you were not sure, but you recalled that some of the witnesses that you spoke to told you that is what happened, but obviously you couldn't explain the apparent depravity of celebrating while someone is in distress.
That is correct.
That. Now, we also couldn't make headway around this, but what we found, and I want your comment on this, is an extract from a book written by Mr. General Johan Boysen. Can we just circulate this, which we've marked as GSM 91. Can you confirm what is the cover page there?
The cover page is a picture of the book, the outside picture of the book that is attributed to having been written by General Johan Boysen.
Yes, but just confirm that this is the title, these are the authors.
Oh yes, the title "Blood on Their Hands." The authors Jessica Pitchford, as one can see on the top,
Yes.
as well as General Johan Boysen, as one can see at the bottom.
If you turn to page 97 of that book,
What is written with the yellow highlight? Shouldn't you read that in?
yes, thank you, Madam Chair.
Chairperson, what is written in a yellow highlight appears to be a code, a must-read for all South Africans, especially leaders and opinion makers. Now, no one can say we didn't know. Robert McBride.
Advocate Nkcukaitobi, I'm not sure, maybe you've seen the book itself, but I'm asking myself, isn't Jessica Pitchford and the name of the book being Blood on Their Hands, General Johan Boysen?
Yes. Well, it looks like it's got two authors. The first author is Jessica Pitchford. The second author is General Johan Boysen. But, Madam, let me not stick my answer on this. I'm happy to find the book and circulate it.
Yes, that would be better, because if one just read what is here, it seems like, if you look at Boysen is referred to as in the third person. Says Johan recognized some of the photographs,
Yes.
meaning he's not the author.
Yes. No, indeed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, this certainly is. We will do the exercise, Madam Chair. Now, if you go to page 97,
I'm there, Chairperson.
it starts with some of the dead suspects listed were connected to Tonko's murder, others were alleged robbers, murderers, and ATM bombers. Full stop. So you skip that passage. But then after that, it talks about at page 5. And if you go to page 1A, 143, what is the page of the article there, the actual Sunday Times page?
It is actually page 5,
Yes.
as one can see on the top of 1A 143.
Yes. All right. Can you just read what comes thereafter, that paragraph?
On page 5, there was a picture of two Ketomena unit policemen in plain clothes, Bruce McInnes and the late R.C. Maharaj. Arms raised in celebration.
Just stop there.
Where are you reading from?
Chairperson, on page 97 of GSM 91.
The document
The
that has been
document-
circulated.
Document is just a-
Yes,
thank you,
which is
thank
the
you.
second. Yes, thank you. Can you just start from the beginning and then stop after celebration?
That is correct. On page 5, there was a picture of two Ketomena unit policemen in plain clothes, Bruce McInnes and the late R.C. Maharaj, arms raised in celebration.
So just stop there. If you then go back to 1A 143, can you see there are two gentlemen whose arms are raised?
That is correct,
Yes.
Chairperson.
Now, the book explains that they were celebrating.
That is correct.
Yes. And then it says hyphen. Just read what follows after the hyphen.
Or perhaps just fooling around for the camera.
So the book says they were either celebrating or fooling around.
That is correct.
But on both instances, they were in a joyous mood.
That is correct, Chairperson.
Yes. And then it continues, read that.
To the left of them was Warrant Officer Asogram Pile,
Yes.
smiling, his feet up and arms folded.
So if you just go back to that page 1A 143, do you see a gentleman there whose arms are folded and his feet are up?
Yes, I can see that.
Yes. And then the next line.
Next to him, a woman has her shirt to her nose and
Just
mouth.
stop there. Do you see a woman there with a shirt to her nose and mouth?
I can see that, Chairperson.
And then look at how that is explained in the following sentence.
Yes. She could be crying, colon or semicolon. She could be sneezing, semicolon. She could be wiping her nose.
Yes. And so, according to a book written by Jessica Pitchford about General Boysen, the explanation for that woman is that she could also be sneezing or wiping her nose or crying. What do you say to that?
It's shameful because you can see that she's clearly sobbing and sad because of just what happened. Couldn't just be wiping her nose because the nose is dripping. So it is just despicable.
And then it continues. Carry on.
The Sunday Times went with an image headline, "The Death Squad Who Kill with a Grain," and captioned with it, "Ghoulish glee. Members of the Ketomena Organized Crime Unit in a good mood after shooting two suspects at a homestead in KwaZulu-Natal in 2008, while someone who appears to be a family member of the deceased weeps."
Yes, and now if you look at that page 1A 143, you look at the explanation of that photograph just under it. Are those the same words taken there directly? It starts with ghoulish glee.
That is correct, Chairperson.
Yes.
Appears
Which photograph? The one at 1A 143?
1A 143, Madam Chair. Just the explanation of the photograph appears immediately below the photograph. And that's the direct quote. And then it continues. Please carry on, Mr. Mayema.
Can somebody please read that, Mr. Maema?
Yes.
I
Could you read what is
Yes.
in the Sunday Times? Oh, yes, thank you. Could you read that, Mr. Mayema? Can you?
I can see that. I can read it.
Yes.
Ghoulish glee, members of the Ketomena Organized Crime Unit in a good mood after the shooting of two suspects at a homestead in KwaZulu-Natal in 2008, while someone who appears to be a family member of the deceased weeps. Experts shown images of the dead suspect said their death warranted investigation.
Thank you. Now, in the following paragraph, they explain why that description that these gentlemen are celebrating while someone is distraught. Just read what they say. it starts with what the Sunday Times.
Oh, yes. The next paragraph
Yes.
on page 97 of GSM 91. What the Sunday Times didn't tell their readers was that the photograph was taken at 6:22 a.m., 3 hours after the shooting of the two suspects near Melmoth, 200 kilometers north of Durban. The policemen in the photograph had been on duty for almost 24 hours and were waiting for a SAPS duty officer to arrive to process the scene.
Yes. Now, that seems to be the explanation, certainly, if not given by General Boysen, endorsed by him.
That is correct,
Yes.
Chairperson.
There are just three things I would like your comment on. I mean, the first one is the fact that he believes that this woman could be sneezing or wiping her nose. The second one is where they say this gentleman had conducted this operation at probably about 4 a.m. and that they were still there at 6:22 a.m. And then the third one is where it's clear that they say this gentleman was celebrating or fooling around in the context of what had just happened. What is your comment?
Chairperson, it creates an impression of police officers who have been there doing their work and dedicated for protected hours and still committed to getting the job finished as they would be waiting for the photographer to be there. But it doesn't display the absolute disdain that they are showing in the presence of the family member of the deceased.
Yes, I mean, the other thing I couldn't personally understand is how, after having murdered the husband, or after having killed, because they will deny that it's murder, after having killed the husband of this lady, they would then place her to take a photograph when she's weeping.
Madam Chair, can we just ask, without being seen to be protecting, there seems to be conclusions drawn. We've not been told that the woman in the picture is the wife of the husband who was killed. We don't know who she is. Perhaps if Mr. Ngcukaitobi has got evidence that she is Mrs. Biela, can she point the witness to that?
I thought that was dealt with yesterday.
No, he read the statement by Mrs. Biela, but we're not shown in the picture that this is Mrs. Biela, in fact, Mrs. Biela. He read the statement by Mrs. Biela, but we don't know whether if this is Mrs. Biela. But perhaps the witness can clarify because he says he went there.
Yes. Advocate Maema, the lady who appears in several pictures that you've been looking at, is she known to you, or have you been in contact with her at any stage?
It's a witness that we consulted. This Mrs. It is the wife of the deceased, the wife of Mr. Biela.
And you stated as a fact.
I stated it a fact because I consulted her.
Are you satisfied?
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Advocate, thank you.
No. Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. I really don't want to waste time on this. This evidence was given yesterday. I don't understand if my learned friend was not listening to it or what happened. So if he's going to make objections, he needs to be carefully paying attention to the evidence.
Do you remember, Advocate Mtweni, we dealt with this aspect yesterday. My recollection is that Advocate Maema confirmed when we were talking about the lady who appeared to be distressed as Advocate Nkcukaitobi asked the questions, he then mentioned, if my recollection is correct, that that was Mrs. Biela.
In fact, Madam Chair, I look at the transcript, but it said it's a family member, not that this is Mrs. Biela. But I'll verify that from the transcript. That's what I could remember, said a family member.
Be that as it may, it has just now been confirmed that the lady sobbing in those pictures is the wife of one of the deceased. Are you satisfied?
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Could you then explain, I mean, the thing that struck me is how if you kill a husband of a person, then you put that person next to you to take a photograph with when they are clearly in distress.
Sorry, Advocate, you had asked 3 questions, and I noted them down, but I seem to have captured just one answer. The first question was, Johan Boysen believes that the woman is sneezing. I'm not sure if you wanted the witness to comment. And the second one was, this gentleman conducted this operation. They wanted to create the impression that they conducted the operation from 4 a.m. and that's what the witness answered, to say it creates the impression that they are hardworking police officers. And then the third one, you said they seem, why would they be celebrating, or they seem to be celebrating? But I didn't hear the witness comment on the first one, where Johan Boysen believes the woman to be sneezing, or whoever wrote the article, the book, believed the woman to be sneezing, and the second one, why would they be celebrating?
Thank you, Madam Baloimer. Can you please comment on that? I was pushing you to give a more explicit answer when I was saying, if they've just killed your husband and they put you next to them and they celebrate at the same time. Do you have any comment on that?
Chairperson, it appears to me very cynical to put to place the wife of the deceased in that position just immediately after, or shortly, or after the husband would have been shot or killed in that manner. It's inappropriate, very inappropriate.
And then the fact that they say, well, she could well be sneezing.
That even makes it worse, because then you are conveying, you're portraying something that is not what it really is.
Yes.
Look at that part. That seems to be a quoted passage from the Sunday Times. Is Sunday Times speaking there? Referring to, while someone who appears to be a family member of the deceased, I beg your pardon, that part is a quoted passage from the Sunday Times.
That is correct, Chairperson.
Yes, starting with Golish Glee.
Yes.
Yes.
And the upper part, the one that starts with on page 5, and the last sentence reads, next to him, a woman has her shirt to her nose and mouth. She could be crying, she could be sneezing, she could be wiping her nose. It is the author writing there.
That is so, Chairperson.
She's making an observation of what she sees in the depictions.
That is correct, Chairperson.
Yes.
And your testimony was that the observations by the author is partly incorrect, because she could not have been sneezing or just wiping her nose.
That is correct, Chair.
In circumstances where her husband has just been killed.
That is correct, Chairperson.
And that proposition is endorsed or confirmed by the Sunday Times description that
is-
this family member was weeping.
Yes.
So when you read these together, it still confirms your statement
That is correct.
that the woman was in distress.
In distress, yes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I suppose, Mr. Maima, that's what they were trying to do. They were trying to disagree with the Sunday Times, to say the Sunday Times is wrong, she's not weeping. She's just possibly sneezing or wiping her nose. But thank you for your answer. Thank you. You can put aside the book. We will make a copy available, Advocate Baloyi Mere SC, to understand precisely whether General Boyson endorses the book or rejects its contents. Yes. Now,
But just for interest's sake, maybe one can get it before you get it. When was the publication of this book?
uh, 1 September 2016. Yes. In fact, what GSM 91 doesn't show is that the full title is General Johan Boysen Reveals His Truth. So it's a book that purports to speak the truth on behalf of General Boysen. And hence,
Where does this GSM SM91 come from? If it is not the same.
yes, it is the same. It's just cut off in the name. I suppose it was just a problem with the printing.
At the bottom.
At the bottom, yes.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, Nkcukaitobi, it's appropriate to take a tea break
Yes, indeed.
until
We have 30 minutes on a Friday, Chair. Sorry, I apologize.
Are you tired?
No, I'm happy to proceed.
Let me hear from my sisters. I'm guided by my sisters that you will adjourn for 15 minutes because you're going to break early today at 1 o'clock. So let us use the remaining 15 minutes. I know that we had indicated that we'll do tea for 30 minutes. 15 minutes now, let's stretch our legs and come back at 1:45. We adjourn. Remember, you're still under oath.
I do, Chairperson.
Good day. Advocate Maima, you are proceeding under oath.
That is
Advocate
correct,
Nkoi-
Chairperson. Thank you.
Thank you. Advocate Nkcukaitobi.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Could we then move from the book by Jessica Pitchford? We will sort out the connection of Major General Boyson to that book in a second. But I want to take us back to your statement to continue the sequence of events. If you would recall, by the time we adjourned yesterday, we had finished paragraph 71 and 72, and we were just about to start 73.
That is correct, Chairperson.
Now, that paragraph is trying to connect Major General Boyson to the K2 activities, and it does so by reference to the monetary awards letter. And you had gone through to the letter at page GSM 6, page 1A 154. You recall that?
I do, Chairperson.
And you were about to start the attachment at 1A 155.
That is so, Chairperson.
Yes. And I had asked you, I think before we adjourned, what was the significance of these documents for the purposes of the prosecution. Can you just recap on your answer?
Chairperson, the significance of the monetary awards is one gets a significance of the role that General Johan Boyson played from his own perspective, as he is the author, in my view, of the request for monetary and non-monetary awards.
Yes, but that's not your view. It's the letter itself is signed by him. The letter at page 1A 154.
Well, that letter is signed by him, but the one at A1 155 to A159.
Don't go
A16.
ahead of counsel, please, Ndata Maima. Don't go ahead
Oh.
of counsel, please.
Yes. So I'm saying that it's not your view that he is the author. The document itself, ex facie, shows that he is the author because he signed it.
That is correct, Counsel.
Yes. If you then turn to page 1A 155, which is the letter sent to him, which he then used to motivate for the awards. Can you see that?
1A?
1A 155.
Oh, yes.
And you see that it says, "Attention, Director Boyson."
That is correct, Chairperson.
Now, we know that he endorsed that letter because of what we've looked at 1A 154, correct?
That is correct, Chairperson.
Yes. Now, I want to do then the analysis of that letter. The heading is monetary and non-monetary awards. Did you find out in the course of your investigation what are the circumstances in which these awards are given?
What was relayed to us by members of the DPCI who were part of the investigating team was that a commander who holds the view that he has a member who has done some outstanding work ordinarily would compile a motivation and request the committee at provincial level to consider that member for either a certificate or monetary award.
Yes. So it's compensation for outstanding service.
That is correct.
Yes. Now, if you then look below the words monetary and non-monetary awards, it says Mapumulo, CAS 99/08/2008, murder and attempted murder on SAPS members Superintendent Ngconco and Inspector M. Kanyile. Now, what is this referring to?
It is referring to the docket that relates to the killing of Superintendent Ngcukaitobi.
Yes. But there's also another person there, Inspector Kanyile.
Inspector Kanyile was also injured in that incident.
Yes. And so that seems to have, they've opened an attempted murder docket in relation to his case.
That is correct.
Yes. Now, I don't know if you were aware that we've asked the NPA for this docket, and it has been said that the docket cannot be found. But in your own investigation, did you find the docket of Superintendent Ngcukaitobi?
We could also not find it.
Yes. Now, the reason why this is a bit of a challenge is that in the Kok report, and I won't take you there unless there's another objection, there is a purported analysis of the contents of this docket.
That is correct, Council.
You remember that?
I remember.
And it's clear that the docket is somewhere, but it's not being disclosed.
From the analysis of the report, I agree, Council.
Yes. Now, if we then move to paragraph 1, under details of candidates, what is that talking about?
It talks the members in respect of whom there is a recommendation for some award to be considered.
So these are people that are recommended to receive awards. Well, to receive money, really. I mean, it talks about awards, but this is really money.
That is correct, Chairperson.
And just look at those names there and tell us if you recognize them.
I recognize the names, Chairperson.
Yes. Can you compare them with the indictment? Are they part of the accused or are they not part of the accused?
They are part of the accused named in the indictment.
And what are the names?
Director Boysen, who's named firstly, Superintendent Olivier, Captain S.J. Smith, Captain Neville Eva, Captain Lockham, Captain J.J.E. van Donder, Inspector P. Mostert, Inspector Makanya, Inspector Tabete, Inspector Tango, Inspector Magwaza, Inspector E. Nell, Inspector Mdlalose, Inspector A. Stoltz, Inspector M. Pandey, Inspector P.W. George, Inspector Zondi, Inspector R.C. Maharaj, Sergeant Mkwanazi, Constable Naidu, as well as Captain V. Obak.
Yes. Do you, and that says 21 at the bottom. That's presumably 21 names. Now, in that same way you are reading, there is a circle there, and it's handwritten 21.
That is correct, Chairperson.
Yes. Now, there's just a reference there to Captain V. Obach, and it says Brighton Beach SAPS. What does that mean?
Our understanding of what was, when it was conveyed to us, was that he is based at Brighton Beach, SAPS.
Does that mean he's outside of Keitomano?
That is correct.
Yes. And so, I mean, what does that mean for the list? Does that it includes people from outside of Keitomano?
That is correct, Chairperson.
Okay, I see. And then there's a description of why those names are there. What is that, which is immediately below the circle where 21 appears?
Each of the above candidates played a role in the successful apprehension of the suspects. Some of the candidates played a role in the apprehension of the suspects, whilst others assisted at the scene.
Yes. Now, just from your investigation, this document speaks about apprehension of suspects. relating to the murder of Superintendent Chongo and the attempted murder of Inspector Kanyile. What do you say about that idea of apprehension?
Not a single suspect was apprehended. They were all killed.
Nkcukaitobi, the witness, you asked the witness if he recognizes all this, or some of the names or the names here, and he did, he read them into the record. What I didn't get is, are all these 21 names suspects in different dockets? Or he just recognized them as members of the Katomena or people who took, police who took part in the so-called apprehension? Can it be clarified?
Yes, I think what perhaps you could do is to look back at your indictment and see whether the names that are in this document appear in the indictment or not.
There's only one name that I would check, as I'm not sure of it, that of Constable Naidu, but the rest of them are in the indictment. Constable Naidu.
Is Inspector B. Zondi in the indictment?
No, do we have a Zondi here?
In fact,
Oh,
just,
yes,
just confirm all of the names, because once you say, I know one name is not there, there may be 3 names.
Or if he's not there, is he deceased?
Chairperson,
We may just do a quick list,
All right.
a quick list check. I think the names, the accused appear at 79,
Yes.
paragraph 79. Maybe counsel, we can go through that and then we can tick.
Yes. So let's do this then. Do you have all of the names of the accused in front of you? Go to paragraph 79 of your statement.
I'm going there, Council. I am there.
Okay, let's do this then. Director J.W. Boyson, is he there?
He is there.
Superintendent Olivier, is he there?
He is on page 226, 79.9.
Accused number 9.
Yes.
Accused number 9. Yes.
Captain S.J. Smith.
He's not there.
Accused number, who is 25?
25 is Charles
It's
John.
not, it's another Smith.
And then if you look at... Yes, okay. So Mr. Smith is not there, correct?
That is correct.
Captain Eva.
He is there. He is accused 6. He has passed.
Yes. Captain Lockham.
He is there. Accused
Choose number 15. Captain J.J.E. Van Tonder.
He is
Choose 16.
16.
Yes. Inspector P. Mostert.
Mostert is accused number 4.
Yes. How many, do you remember how many murder charges were against him?
Well, quite a number of them. I cannot.
With the number 13.
I agree, Kanza.
Yes, and the total number of charges against him. With the number 79. Ring a bell.
Yes, that is correct.
Yes.
For Mostert.
For Inspector Mostert.
Yes,
Was everything just whitewashed, withdrawn?
that is correct, Kanza.
Inspector Makanya.
Tamakanya is accused
Number 8.
Number 8.
Thank you. Inspector Tabete.
The spelling may be wrong there. At number 8 of
Nakanya.
79. It's Nakanya. I don't know what is the same.
It's yes, it's the same.
It's a spelling
person.
error.
It's a spelling error.
No, yes, yes. Phumelela Makhanya. Inspector Tabete,
Tabete is accused number 24.
Inspector Tango,
He is not there.
okay, not. Inspector Magwaza,
Inspector Tango is not there.
That is correct.
according to the witness, yes. Inspector Magwaza,
Magwaza is not there.
yes. Inspector Nell,
He is there.
as
He is
accused.
Accused. I'll just look for him. Accused number 5.
Inspector Mdlalose,
Inspector Mdlalose is there. Accused number 11.
yes. Inspector Stoltz,
He is
3.
there. I must just look for his.
Accused number,
Accused number
3.
3.
yes, thank you. And Inspector Pandey,
Pandey is. It's not there.
all right, we'll come back to this fact. Let's just finish the exercise. Inspector P.W. George,
Inspector George is there. Accused number 23.
Inspector B. Zondi, is that the one you said is not there?
Yes.
Inspector R.C. Maharaj,
Maharaj is not there. I think Inspector Maharaj had passed.
yes, because he is the one referred to in the book by General Boysen and Jessica Pitchford,
That is correct.
celebrating at Melmoth.
That is correct.
Yes. Sergeant Mkwanazi,
Sergeant Konazi is, from memory, not there. He's not there.
Is he not accused number 10? Or it's a different one.
Konazi. Oh, yes. Let me see.
yes, Tebengosi Begiseni Mkwanazi.
That is correct.
Yes,
My mistake.
So he is there.
I'm sorry, Chairperson.
Captain S. Naidu, I suppose not to be confused with
Rubendra.
Ruben Ren.
Yes. S. Naidu is not there.
And then Obach
Obach
is there.
is there, yes.
I saw his name.
He is accused 22.
Yes, then there is another. Just give me that, please. What page is this?
Who is 22?
22,
22 is
22 is
Vincent
Vincent Obach.
Obach. Yes.
Oh, yes. So if you can go to your statement at paragraph 412.
Which is on page 1-110.
Yes, because there are names that are in that list which also appear here as the persons you identified as accused. And that's from the memorandum, because it says that the memorandum identified the following accused persons.
That is correct, Chairperson.
Yes. Now, yes, there is the name of S.J. Smith, which is at 412.27.
I can see that, Chairperson.
Which also appears in the list of candidates as number 3.
That is correct.
Yes. And then there is also, if you look at the name of Inspector M. Pandey, correct? And you compare that with your own paragraph 412.29. I choose 30.
See the name.
Pandey Mukash.
Oh, yes, 412.29, yes.
Yes. Now you compare that with the list of the recipients of the money. You will see that name, Inspector Pandey, is the 4th from the bottom.
That is correct, Chairperson.
So actually there are only 2 names that do not appear as suspects or accused.
That is correct.
Yes. Thank you very much. And so is this what you meant when you said the majority of these people are all Keitomano accused?
That is correct, Chairperson.
Now, can we then come back to the...
And might I add, if you look at 412.30 of 1-114, it is written that these accused in the proposed indictment are not charged with racketeering and did not commit more than 1 predicate offense. Could it be that those who do not appear in the list were not considered to have achieved the mandate, if I may use the word? It's not for you, Councillor. I think it's for the witness to clarify this. Did you follow what I'm saying? Look at paragraph 412-430,
Yes,
page 1-114.
Yes, Chairperson, I'm there.
Accused 12, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 28, 29, 30. Now we know that accused 28 and 30 do not appear in the list of those who were awarded.
That is correct, Chairperson.
Now the writing there, this accused, including 28 and 30, in the proposed indictment are not charged with racketeering and did not commit more than 1 predicate offense. Now I'm saying to you, could it be that they were not awarded because they are said not to have committed racketeering offenses, as they say, maybe achieved the mandate?
Chairperson, what we were meaning was that they didn't commit, they are not charged with racketeering as it requires that you must commit 2 or more offenses.
Yes. So I'm saying to you, they were not awarded. That's why they don't appear in the list.
Oh, yes.
Or do they appear in the list?
No,
of
they
the
don't.
awardees?
No, they don't.
They didn't get the money. That's
They
really
didn't
the
get
point.
money.
That is
Because
correct.
they didn't commit serious offenses. If I may put it in simple language.
That is correct, Chairperson.
Yes. Thank you, Madam Chair. Now, that takes us back to 1A156, which is the explanation at the bottom Why are these people getting money?
Yes.
What is that explanation? It's just one paragraph, just before the heading, summary of events.
Each of the above candidates played a role in the successful apprehension of the suspects. Some of the candidates played a role in the apprehension of the suspects, whilst others assisted at the scene.
Now, remember that was where we were, this concept of apprehension.
Yes.
Yes. Is that misleading or is that accurate?
That is misleading and inaccurate.
Yes. Okay. But it's clear that everyone who's there, according to the SAPS itself, played a role.
Yes.
Yes. Including the one who denies it today, Major General Boyson.
That is correct, Chairperson.
Now, there is, under paragraph 2, an explanation of what happened. Now, you had begun to testify about this yesterday, and I just want you to look at that first paragraph and the second paragraph, which is a purported explanation about the killing of Superintendent Nkcukaitobi and the attempted killing of Inspector Kanyile. Just those two paragraphs. Maybe you can read them.
That is correct, Chairperson. On Wednesday, the 27th of August 2008, at approximately 10 in the morning, Nkcukaitobi was in the company of Inspector Kanyile. They were attached to the Provincial Taxi Tasks Unit. The same day, they were en route from SAPS Kranskop to KwaDukuza Court. Ahead of them was a marked police vehicle with two accused also en route to take the two accused persons to KwaDukuza Court. Second paragraph. Whilst Nkcukaitobi traveled along the R74 approximately 20 kilometers before KwaDukuza on a detour along the R74, he was led into an ambush and was accosted by armed males armed with AK-47 and R4 or R5 rifles. He was fatally shot and killed behind the steering of a police vehicle, whilst Inspector Kanyile, who was in his company, also sustained gunshot wounds, but miraculously managed to fight off the suspects, shooting the one above 6 meters from him. Inspector Kanyile was later removed and taken to Umhlanga Hospital by helicopter.
Yes, thank you. I just want to ask you a couple of questions about this description. Now, what I have seen fairly regularly in these dockets is that the use of an R4 and R5 is that of the police. What did you discover here?
The R4 and R5 being, how do you call them? Assault rifles.
Yes, it's automatic assault rifles.
Yeah.
Yes.
They cause.
No, but I'm asking in relation to, is it an official gun with the police? That this is what, because we know an AK-47 is not official. But what about the R4 and R5?
R4 and R5 are official firearms.
For whom?
For the police.
Yes. Now, so often what I've seen in these dockets is that when the police shoot someone, they use R4s and R5s.
That is correct, Chairperson.
Yes. Now, I found it striking that Superintendent Nkcukaitobi was killed with an R4 and R5.
That is correct.
Yes. Now, they also mention an AK-47, which would be an illegal weapon.
That is correct.
And what I've noticed in these dockets, you can tell me if your own observations were incorrect, is that AK-47s were available with the police because they used to plant them, according to the case of the prosecution.
That is correct.
Yes. Now, did you have a chance to, I mean, you've testified earlier that even you yourselves were not given access to this docket of Superintendent Nkcukaitobi?
Yes.
Yes. But what about Inspector Kanyile? He was still alive.
We did not access his dockets, nor were we able to consult with him. The explanation given at the time was he was hospitalized.
Yes. But, I mean, you could have still, you had a long time, you know, in the, between March and June, when you were investigating the matter before you drew up the indictment. The fact that he's hospitalized, you could still have sent someone to the hospital and taken a statement.
That is correct. The police could have obtained a statement from him, even when he was in hospital, if his condition had improved. But his statement was never obtained while we were there.
Yes. Okay.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon, Councillor.
Yes.
But the prosecution team that was assigned to deal with these matters, you being the leader of the team, didn't you find it appropriate to follow up
Chairperson,
on the statement of this witness who was injured?
we followed up with queries, and I followed up with the commanders, both Mr. Engas and General Mabula, but with the constraints of the time when we were there, it never materialized that the statement was obtained.
Did you follow up in writing or telephonically with the police?
Chairperson, we followed up both by instructing them in our presence in our meetings and also in writing.
And the communication, that written communication, do you have it?
Chairperson, I will have to check. I haven't seen it. It is a long time, Chairperson. But there was written communication.
Yes, I ask these questions because the killings relating to the Katomena unit revolves around the killing of Superintendent Konto.
That is correct, Chairperson.
The eyewitness could have been Mr. Kanyile. He was alive.
Crucial eyewitness, Chairperson.
Crucial eyewitness. Remember the subsequent killing after Superintendent Kondo was based on the fact that these suspects, or the targeted people, including civilians, were suspected of having killed this officer.
That is correct, Chairperson.
It was therefore crucial that at least one person who survived the killing could have assisted in identifying the people, now the accused on the list, who perpetrated the killings.
That is
he could have said, no, Konto was actually killed by X. You remember there is the allegations that, in fact, the police know who killed Superintendent Konto.
That is correct, Chair.
but they allegedly, it is said, went on a rampage and killed varied people, including civilians, whom they suspected.
That is correct, Chairperson.
And yet they knew
Yes,
who killed Superintendent Konko.
that is correct, Chairperson.
And Kanyile could have been one of these witnesses who could have said, actually, it is ex-policeman or ex-Mr. So-and-so who actually killed Mr. Konto.
That is correct, Chairperson.
So why is it that it became so difficult to find a statement of this witness?
Chairperson, what happened at the beginning, you know, when somebody loses his life in your presence, and when you get injured, we sort of felt some compassion and said, let's rather give him time to recuperate. And then when we have a report that his condition has improved to a level where he could compose himself and make a statement, then we would do so. But in the weeks that we were there, it never materialized until we were removed from the case. Chairperson, what I'm trying to explain is that investigation is ongoing, and we didn't expect that it would be interrupted with our removal from the case. So we just compassionately thought, let's give him time to recuperate. When he's stronger and more composed, then we will speak to him.
Yes.
If you can remind me, this incident happened when? That is the killing of Superintendent Konto?
27 August 2008.
And you were placed in the leading position of the prosecutorial team when?
9th of March 2012.
And you were removed when? Approximately, if you don't remember the date. Which year?
It's 2019. I think it's 2019.
The year Advocate Batoy took office.
That is correct.
Advocate Nkcukaitobi.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Madam Chair.
I'd
Look, I
like
think
to
you should
follow
still.
up, Advocate, just a minute or two. Advocate Emma,
Chairperson.
when you say you were brought onto the team, actually it's now common cause that you became the team leader in 2012.
That is correct.
Now, the killing of Superintendent Kongo took place in 2008,
That is correct, Chairperson.
and the same date is the date on which also Inspector Kanyile was shot and injured.
That is correct.
Now, when you came onto the picture in 2012 as the leading prosecutor, was Inspector Kanyile still in hospital?
The first week when we were in, the first week when I was in Durban, he was still in hospital.
Which question are you answering now?
Was Inspector Kanyile in hospital when you took over as the team leader?
And your answer is?
Yes, he was hospitalized.
He was still in hospital in
That is
2012.
correct. Yes.
He'd been in hospital for about 4 years.
I am not sure whether it is a continuous period of four years or whether he would be discharged and then at some instance go in. But as at when was that? As at May when we were in Durban, he was it was reported to us by the investigating team that he is in hospital. And then the communication to them was, as soon as he feels better, we want to consult him. And that was the task of the DPCI and not of the IPED, because he was a member of the SAPS.
So the team, the prosecution team, did not find it necessary to check on the state of health of Mr. Inspector Kanyile, just to check as to whether he was in a position to can depose to a statement or not.
Chairperson, we relied on the information that was given to us by the police, and we had no reason to doubt it, and we then focused on the task at hand that we could deal with. Whilst I kept on inquiring from General Mabula as well as Mr. Engas, I kept on reminding them to keep on checking and update us about his condition so that we can follow up with either taking a statement or getting just an input from him, from his perspective as to how the shooting happened.
Would you say that the person that can tell us about the state in which Inspector Kanyile was in or around 2012 would be either
Mr. Engas or
Mr. Engas or General Mabula?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. Now, let's talk about formalities of the prosecutor. It is correct that the prosecution or the prosecutors actually guide the investigating officers about where to go to, whose statement they should obtain in order to get the matter ripe.
Dealt with accordingly and ripened for trial.
Yeah,
yes.
that's right. Now, it is correct that that guidance would reflect on the dockets, because you'd write on the docket that do 1, 2, 3, 4. And when the dockets come back from the police would inform you in response in the docket to say, these are the steps that we have taken and this is the state of affairs. Is that correct?
That is correct, Chairperson.
So in actual fact, in accordance with that practice and rule and law, you were, as the head of the prosecution team, making sure that the dockets are properly managed, and let me talk about this docket in particular,
Yes,
that the requests are recorded in the dockets. The request from the NPA. Now I'm talking about, let's just be clear, I'm focusing on from the time when you were the head of the prosecution team.
That is correct, Chair.
So you did that?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Sorry, the last answer, Advocate Maema, that you you did that, but from your evidence, if you were being referred to Superintendent Konko and Inspector Kanyile's dockets, your earlier evidence was that you've never seen those dockets, so you couldn't have given that guidance on the dockets.
No,
Am I correct?
You are correct, Chairperson. What I'm saying, we didn't give guidance on those dockets themselves because we hadn't seen them. They haven't been delivered to us. But the entire investigation in general, we would say, bring us this docket, bring us this witness, so that we can follow up on some of the issues that were outstanding.
Maybe just to understand this. because I think my questions were clear about what we were talking about. The main focus was on the witness, Inspector Kanyile.
Yes.
And your answers, were they in response to my inquiry about Inspector Kanyile?
That is correct, Chairperson.
Yes.
Yes.
And you have said that you would seek for information about Inspector Kanyile orally and in writing.
That is correct.
Right, thank you.
Thank you, Chairperson.
Yes. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Sorry?
Yes.
I just want to tie up this point. At paragraph 60, let me just consult my notes. Let me just go there. Paragraph 60 of your affidavit at page 1-17. That paragraph speaks of the investigation or the investigative team.
Chairperson,
Paragraph
60.
60 of the statement.
I'm there, Chairperson.
Yes. I'm asking this in the context of the earlier point you made that you communicated with the police officers to provide the statement of Mr. Kanyile. You kept on reminding them about this outstanding statement.
Yes, Chairperson.
And these police officers, I assume, would have been the investigators
That is correct.
within DPC, sorry, IP or DPCI,
That is so, Chairperson.
as you also state in paragraph 69.2. 69.2, where you say, following the Sunday Times article, IPID and DPCI were tasked with investigating allegations that members of the Katomela unit were unlawfully killing suspects and, in some instances, unarmed civilians. Now, as you communicated with these investigators, do you remember who was tasked with this investigation?
I do. It was.
That is the officer to whom you addressed letters, reminding them or him of the outstanding statement as regards Mr. Kanyile.
Chairperson, the instruction will be addressed to the two leaders, but there's one specific captain who was dealing with this issue.
Yes. That's what I want to know.
Yes.
Who's the specific officer?
I'm trying to get he's based in Krugersdorp. Yeah.
If you remember in due course,
Yes, I will.
you will communicate to Advocate Nkcukaitobi, and you can let us know. Because I find it strange that such a crucial information is left outstanding and does not form part of the dockets or the indictment.
Chairperson, it is crucial and it would have been groundbreaking because it would have taken us to the shortest route available. But because of the condition, we thought we are told him being hospitalized, we felt let's follow other avenues. And then when he is in a better condition, then we would revert back, but it never
Yes.
happened.
Yes, and it may well be that after you were removed from the matter, these officials, the IPID and DPCI, the investigators, proceeded and procured the statement. It may well be
It
so.
could be. It could be, yes.
That is why it is of interest to me to know who these investigators were, who were allocated this matter.
I follow.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Yes. Perhaps let's just close up this this part of the inquiry. I think the first possibility is that you were being frustrated in getting access to Superintendent Kanyile, Inspector Kanyile.
That is correct.
There was a deliberate stonewalling. So that's one possibility. I'm not saying it is true. The other is that the people that were reporting to you, General Mabula and them, were just incompetent because they failed to get a crucial witness. The other is that genuinely Superintendent Kanyile was indisposed and simply unable to play any role. It's a bit of an oddity because if he was indisposed from the injury, that was an injury of 4 years earlier. So this is why I think these questions are rising. It's clear that the justification for the murder of 6 people is Superintendent Nkcukaitobi. There is a potential eyewitness. The docket has gone missing. The eyewitness also cannot be made available to you. So this is the thing you need to just sum up for us about what efforts you made and what conclusions you reached as the person who was running the show.
Chairperson, it was very frustrating, I must say. But we felt instead of focusing on the negative, and we felt if there are other ways of going through it, even if it means the long way round, we rather do that rather than just say, well, we can't get hold of the eyewitness, we can't get hold of the docket of Subtongo. So we felt let's explore other avenues, although that avenue would have been groundbreaking, would give us proper clues.
Yes. General Mabula is still around.
Yes.
Yes, and so he's a person who can testify to this panel.
That is correct.
Yes. Thank you very much. Now, the murder of Superintendent Nkcukaitobi, was it actually ever resolved to your knowledge? I know that you said what they did, they justified the killing of the 6 on the basis of that killing.
Yes.
But there is still the question, who has been arrested for the murder of Superintendent Nkcukaitobi?
It hasn't been resolved satisfactorily.
Yes. And
Pardon?
It hasn't been resolved satisfactorily.
What do you mean? Has it been resolved?
It hasn't been resolved. The families still do not know. I still do not know who killed Subton.
yes, I mean, was anyone arrested? Because we know that Mr. Magojela and Demand was arrested and released on the same day on the basis that he could not be linked to the murder.
That is correct.
And then a week later executed.
Yes.
So anyone was arrested?
There was no one arrested and taken to court to be confronted with any evidence relating to the killing of Subton.
Can you just explain? I mean, is it normal that a docket goes missing? You know, this docket was once in the NPA. It's gone missing. It cannot be found even for this commission we are dealing with. Is this a normal thing, regular occurrence?
It's not a normal occurrence. It should be traced and located and brought here.
Yes.
Yes. Just come in there to see. In the event that a docket disappears, and I will deliberately say an important a docket, I will label it as an important docket because it involves the life of a policeman.
That is correct.
Not that other dockets are not important,
Oh,
but in the
yes.
context of
In the
this
context.
inquiry, it's an important docket.
That is correct. Yes.
Now, in the event of a docket, an important docket for that matter, disappears, what is the process that is undertaken
The process
to fill
is,
that gap?
the process, Chairperson, a duplicate docket must be opened as soon as it is realized that the docket has gone missing.
Well, now for a while, I will not take into consideration what is in the DCOC's report about, which suggests that there was a docket that existed about Congo, the late Congo, or Superintendent Congo, I beg your pardon. Do you know for a fact as to whether a docket was opened for the passing of Superintendent Congo, or you do not know?
Chairperson, for the fact of a case number having been given to us, then we said, we want to see, please give us this case number. So a docket was opened on the case system, and it was allocated a case number.
So a case number does exist.
That is correct, Chairperson.
It has been registered into the register as case number whatever.
Yes, case number.
But are you able to vouch that in fact the docket exists, or all what you can vouch for is that a case number has been allocated in the name of the deceased Superintendent Congo?
I accepted that a case docket has been opened because we are given a case number.
Thank you.
Thank you. I suppose just to follow up on this point of this missing docket of the murder of Superintendent Ngcukaitobi, the NPA says that this docket was once in the possession of the NPA. I mean, you've been in the NPA system for, what, 31 years?
That is correct, Chairperson.
I mean, when you get a docket, don't you copy it for yourselves?
Well, when you get it, the NPA works on a system of files.
Yes,
So every matter that you deal with has a file.
yes.
So you expect that when the prosecutor gets it, whether it's at the national office or at the DPP office, a file is open.
No, no, I'm asking if you get a docket, do you copy it and keep a copy for yourselves?
Or I was going there. Yes, you do copy it and keep it in the file.
Now, this is where for me the oddity of this thing is. Mr. Anton du Plessis, the Deputy National Director, says the docket was once here, but we've given it back to the DPCI, but does not explain what happened to the copy of the NPA. Can you just explain and shed light to us on that?
Well, ordinarily, as a NPA employee, former employee, when you get a docket, you will make a copy. In fact, what you do is you make a copy and keep a working copy whilst the docket, the investigation continues. The original goes back.
Yes. So do you find it strange that the NPA itself, forget about the police, the NPA itself says that they don't have this docket?
I do find it very strange.
Yes. Now, I want to then move from, I think we were still at 1A/156, and we had dealt with a summary of events described at the first and the second paragraph around the murder of Superintendent Congo and the attempted killing of Inspector Kanyile and the travails of trying to get his statement from your side. And I think where we left that conversation is that you will find your notes and any correspondence, but on our side, we will try and get hold of General Mabula and try and persuade him to come and give evidence here before this panel. Now, the third paragraph there talks about who attended the scene of the murder, alleged murder of Superintendent Ngcukaitobi.
That is correct.
And we see in the second sentence that actually Ngcukaitobi came to that scene. I mean, would you know why, that does not appear to even geographically be connected to them?
Please repeat the question.
Would you know why the members of the Ngcukaitobi unit went to the scene of the killing of Superintendent Ngcukaitobi? That does not appear to be geographically linked to them.
I would not know why they would be there. It's actually very far from Devon.
Yes. Because it seems that there would have been other police officers closer to the scene who would have been called. I mean, why would they call Ngcukaitobi?
Exactly, Chairperson. It's very far. There are closer units that can deal with that scene than Ngcukaitobi. They are very far.
Yes. And then what is also stated is that not only were they called, they took over the scene.
That is correct, Chairperson.
Yes. Do you have any comment on that? Because someone has gone who is from Kranskop. Is Kranskop closer to the place where the incident occurred?
That is correct, Chairperson. Kranskop SAPS.
Yes. Now, this is the thing I don't understand with this, is there is someone from a station that is closer and would ordinarily be expected to attend to it. Then there's someone from a station that is so far from the event, but that person comes in and takes over the scene.
More so, the person close by is a senior member, is a superintendent of the station commissioner, Superintendent Minar of Kranskop SAPS. So it is very strange that Ngcukaitobi would go there.
Yes.
Was he at the scene, Mr. Mena?
It says the scene was attended by Superintendent Minar, the station commissioner of Kranskop SAPS.
He attended
Yes.
and was joined by the Ngcukaitobi unit.
Ngcukaitobi then came later whilst he was at the scene.
They found him there.
Chairperson, it is there in paragraph 3 of the.
No, you can answer.
Oh yes.
Well, just read
sorry,
what the answer is. I mean, we all know that it is there, but we cannot read it. The witness must read for us.
My apologies, Chairperson.
Yes.
Yes.
So just answer the question then, please.
My apologies, Chairperson.
Yes.
The scene was attended by Superintendent Minar, the station commissioner of Kranskop police station.
No, the question was, did they find him there?
My understanding was he was found there, and when they found him there, they then took the scene over.
Yes, thank you very much. Now, thereafter, they say that they thoroughly secured the scene, and then they took statements from members of the local community and other persons nearby.
That is correct, Chairperson.
Yes. All right. And the issue of the docket comes up again because statements were taken, and there would have been people then that would have kept those statements in the docket.
That is correct,
And
Chairperson.
so it's not just Inspector Kanyele, but there were also other people around the scene.
That is correct.
Yes.
Council, we are 5-1. Are you exhausting this point?
No, Chair, to be honest, I simply won't be able. It's a long point. There is a 2-minute point I can quickly dispose of in the remaining time.
Yes.
Could I remember when we spoke to the extract from the book by Jessica Pitchford. You recall that?
I recall that, Chairperson.
And there was a question from Advocate Baloimer, SC, which is, what is the connection between Mr. Johan Boysen and this book? Because it's written by someone else and he's referred to in the third person. Recall that?
That is correct, yes.
Now, there are two documents I just want to give to you to read into the record to confirm what General Boysen himself said about this book. The first one, is GSM 92, which is an extract from the Zondo Commission of the evidence given by Major General Boysen on the 18th of April 2019. Do you have that?
I have that, Chairperson.
If you turn over the page under the line 10, Chairperson.
Excuse me, Madam Chair. May we be provided with the document that Mr. Ngcukaitobi is reading? We've only been provided with GSM 93, not the other one.
Yes, please, a copy of the extract.
We apologize. So if you turn to...
Advocate Halle, do you have it?
I've just been given a document.
Do you have another copy of the extract?
No, I think it's one from you. So we've got an extra one, thank you.
Thank you.
Apologies to the NPA team. So if you go to GSM 92 and you turn over the page to line 10, can you see that?
I'm there, Chairperson.
And then there is Major General Johan Vessel Boysen. Can you see that?
I can see that.
Can you read to the record what he says?
No, it says, in conjunction with journalist, had written a book about what happened to me, and the book had appeared online. I think the Monday, and I think that was the Thursday.
Then the chairperson.
You can read it from the paragraph on top. You see it's continuing there. Is it not relevant, Council, where he says, Chair, I do speak to that a bit later in my statement. What happened is about 2 years ago, and he's...
Oh, yes.
And then he continues.
No. Yes, no, you are right, because actually it starts with chairperson on top, because he's explaining the charges against him, yes.
Yes.
All right. Start with where it says chairperson. I presume that would have been Judge Zondo.
Yes.
Okay, Ms. September, will you direct?
Just start by saying who's talking.
Oh, it is the chairperson talking?
Yes.
Okay, Ms. September, Ms. September will direct you to that part of your statement when he wants to do that, because it would be good to know. And did they say withdrawn? They have never been reinstated, those charges.
Yes.
And Major General Johan Vessel Boysen responds, Chair, I do speak to that a bit later on in my statement. What happened is about 2 years ago. Chairperson then comments, and Major General Johan Boysen then continues, and in conjunction with a journalist, had written a book about what happened to me, and the book had appeared online. I think the Monday, and I think that was the Thursday. The chairperson then says yes, and Major General Boysen then continues, we were on our way to Cape Town to attend the launch of the book.
Yes, continue, because the name of the journalist does appear later.
Chairperson then responds, Major General Boysen continues, and then she told me, that was now Jessica Pitchford, we were both going to Cape Town for the release of the book. And she just watched on the phone, the news. It was then announced by Advocate Sean Abrams that Pandey and Madhu would be prosecuted.
Yes, you can end there. It seems, according to this, that he himself says the book was written in conjunction with Jessica Pitchford.
That is correct, Chairperson.
If you then turn to GSM 93, which is a postscript to the book itself. Yes. In the first paragraph, which is updated postscript October 2022, and this is a text written by, if you turn, I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 pages, you will see who wrote that postscript. Can you see that?
I can see that, Chairperson.
Who wrote the postscript?
Johan Boysen, Cape Town, 2022.
Yes. And then, if you go back then to the beginning, what does he say in the first paragraph?
Chairperson, he says, working on this book with Jessica was quite an adventure. Even for a hardened career cop like me, we spent almost 18 months at it, meeting wherever it was convenient, be it at a coffee shop in Joburg, or Durban, or somewhere in between. She met my family, my friends, and my colleagues in an attempt to inject personality and emotion into my often over-factual cops don't cry account of what I had experienced at the receiving end of crooked police, politicians, and prosecutors, and their useful implementing idiots.
Yes. It seems here he says he actually worked on the book with Miss Jessica Pitchford.
That is correct.
Now, if you then go to 2 pages towards the end, under the heading Acknowledgements. It's 2 from the end. Yes. From the end, yes.
Oh, yes, I'm there.
Under Acknowledgements. So the first acknowledgement is given by Jessica Pitchford, Johannesburg, July 2016, correct?
That is correct, Chair.
And then the second acknowledgement, who gives that acknowledgement?
It's given by Johan Vessel Boysen, Durban, July 2016.
And then at the end of that acknowledgement, what does he say there? This is the last line.
This is my story, and this is my story. This is my truth.
Yes. So it seems that he can't escape the fact that the book contains his own version of what happened.
That is correct, Chair.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I will be happy to adjourn at this stage.
Are you still making an undertaking, Advocate Nkcukaitobi, that will provide us with the book?
Yes, my junior thought we could cut through it, but we will see.
It will cause no harm if you can provide a book to the 3 of us.
Indeed, we will make sure over the weekend we get copies.
And the evidence leaders, Madam Chair, since it's part of the evidence.
Advocate Halley is raising his hand. You can bring that roving mic.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just insofar as the Konko file is concerned, or the docket is concerned, The communication that had gone out to the childcare team, I think as far back as...
Maybe just place yourself on record
Pardon,
that
Madam
you
Chair.
are for the NPA.
I appear on behalf of the NPA. There was a communication towards the November of last year that the docket would have been returned to the DPCI and that a request should be made by the childcare team to the DPCI to uplift the docket or to obtain copies of the docket. What I did indicate to my learned friend yesterday is that we would also make an effort ourselves to do so. So I'm conveying that to the chairperson as well, that we have given an undertaking that we will look into the matter and try to uplift it ourselves. But there was no response, as far as I'm aware, that at that stage that they wouldn't conduct the attempt to uplift the docket themselves. But now that we know where we stand, we will make an effort on our side. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Yes, Council. I think it's a concerted effort by all of us to bring all the evidential material before us. I think we owe it to the nation as we are trying to find the truth in relation to these complex matters, so that when we recommend to the President, we would be recommending on the basis of the correct information provided to us. And the NPA is duty-bound to assist us in that regard. But thank you, Advocate Halley, for that undertaking to assist not only Advocate Chauke's team, but to assist the panel itself. Thank you very much. Yes, we interrupted you with the time, but you will proceed on that issue that you were busy on before you went back to the book.
Yes.
You'll take it from there on when you proceed on Monday.
Yes, ma'am.
The normal time to commence on Monday will be 9 o'clock. Please be here on time. Instead of starting late, we will adjourn slightly early for what I should be doing Monday morning for my medical attention. So this is an appropriate time to adjourn. Advocate Chauke, we hear that you have a bereavement. May your family be comforted as you go through this difficult time of bereavement. I hear you are traveling to Thohoyandou, to Guyana. It is far away. The weather is not really favorable, but do travel safely. May it go well with your family. We will adjourn until Monday morning, 9 o'clock. Advocate Maema, thank you very much for being here. I know you are continuing on Monday, and hopefully we are not even halfway with your statement. Hopefully we will proceed faster. Advocate Nkcukaitobi, I'd anticipated that we will be with this witness at least for 3 days, as we did with Advocate Noko. Maybe because Advocate Noko was the witness for the panel. And the panel made sure that this witness was not going to belabor points, and she was quite fast. And for that, we are grateful. And Advocate Maema, we are not suggesting that you must go swiftly. We will afford you all the necessary time. But as you proceed on Monday, please, let's try to keep to the time. In that event, all of you have a pleasant weekend. Let's meet again on Monday at 9 o'clock. Yes. We adjourn, and I'm reminded that I must remind you that you are still under oath. You know, when you deal with lawyers, sometimes they forget very basic principles, so we have to keep on reminding you.
That is correct.
You're not going to consult with anybody. You continue on Monday uninterrupted.
That is correct.
Thank you. We adjourn.